Hey, Facebook Live, this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for tuning in. This is Nora's World. Welcome. It's always a pleasure. The first Sunday of July 2020. Are you not super excited? I am. The 7th month. My month of completion, establishment, acceleration. Just name it and name it. Are you not excited? I am. And so tag a friend. Tell them that we are on here this evening. Just come on, let's discuss as we do usually. And you know we are talking on a topic that everybody got to be interested in, married or unmarried. Come on, let's discuss. This is the time to know how to choose your life partner. If you're already married, you still have things that you can still put in place and still make that marriage to work. So come on in, share the video, call a friend, tell them it's time to discuss. Share with me your views in the comment box. Tell me how you feel about what I'm saying over here. What can you add on? What can we discuss about? It is very important to know. We are all still learning. There's no time to say I already know everything. But I want you to know that when you share your views, we can be able to go on and talk about those subjects. And so we're talking about how to choose your life partner. Last week, Sunday, we talked about, are you getting married because you want to be happy? Is it because you want to just keep a legacy because your parents were married before? Are you getting married because you feel you're in love with the person? Are you getting married because you feel it's just good because you are reach of age to get married? Are you getting married because you want to be happy or you want to make somebody else happy? All kinds of questions. And we went on and started to even speak about how to prepare yourself to get married to the person you want to get married to, how to work on yourself, go to school, do this, blah, blah, blah. We have so much to say. And today is a new one, part 2 of that topic. So I remember 10 plus years ago, I was writing my thesis, and you won't believe it. I was thinking about this morning. I was like, why did I write my thesis on that? I wrote my thesis on divorce amongst evangelical Christians in the 21st century. Why? You got it? Why? Divorce among evangelical Christians in the 21st century. Why? And so I came to find out that Christians were getting divorced just like pagans were getting divorced. The church became a place where people were just getting married today and walking away today. And so I decided to write my thesis on that. And I remember when I had to go to the judge's office that day to be able to sit and be able to meet people and interview, to be able to write my thesis the way I should, I had to spend a whole day at the court to be able to see couples who come in to file for divorce like that. You won't believe it was astonishing to see that day. I got to the office around 8 a.m. in the morning, and I'm having my notepad in front of me. I just took a little piece of notepad, and I don't have a lot to write. Let me just go and see what's happening. Maybe they are all people who don't really believe in God and are getting divorced already, so there's just not much to write. And I got there to my greatest surprise. This guy happened to be a Christian. And so he invited, so I asked him to be able to go to his office and be able to be a part of what he was doing that day. And he allowed me to go in. And every time the clients came in, he kind of like just introduced me as, somebody who was there to write or stuff like that. He didn't have anything to do with their family or their marriage being exposed. And so I'm sitting in there, 8:30. The guy who walked in was this young gentleman, very young, maybe almost 30 years old. He had gotten married just like 3 months. And he came to file for divorce. Really? So I jot that down. Between 8 o'clock, it was like I spent the whole day. Between 8 o'clock, we had a pause around maybe like 11:45. And then we came back again on 12:45 after 1 hour. And people keep walking in, going out, walking in and going out. And I started to ask all of them, and then he would tell me, oh, I'm a pastor in this church, I'm a this in this church, I'm a that. And they keep speaking, they keep telling me where they were from, and I was like, seriously? And then there was a particular one that I asked, and then I asked him, why are you getting divorced after just 6 months of marriage? And he had all to let me know. Oh, he was obliged to get married. Somebody forced him to get married. He didn't really like the girl. They were not compatible. He has so much story to tell. And at the end of the day, I remember when I was in front of the judges doing my thesis time, I was in front of the judges and trying to defend my thesis. There's a lady who was one of the judges. She was a professor. And she had been married for 35 years and was trying to get divorced at the same time that I was doing my thesis that day. Funny thing. And I did my thesis and I had to wait for the results and stuff like that. So she calls me and tell me, Nora, why did you write that topic? I said, I don't know. I was just blown away by just hearing every day how many people are getting divorced, and really faith-based people who getting divorced, getting married after 1 year, 2 years, they getting divorced. And I really wanted to know what the depth of their divorce was coming from. What was the reason why they were getting divorced? I really wanted to know, and I started to do research on it. But one thing I found out was marriage is 80% carnal and 20% spiritual. So the carnal side of the marriage, a lot of people don't work on it. They want to be too super spiritual on the whole thing, which it doesn't really work. And so she said, but after you did your TCs, I came to a conclusion. I was about to walk away from my marriage, but I found out that I needed to stay in there and do some work. And I was super excited. When you're still young, I was super excited. Oh, wow, that's a good news. But as a life coach, now that I'm getting older, I've come to tell myself, if you make a decision in whatever you want to do, be it your family, because I say like I'm a family life coach, so everything that involves the family kind of like touches me a lot. So as a family life coach, I like to go on everything that includes the family. So the family it starts from when you decide to get married, because this is where you found your life and you're about to put something together. You guys come from diverse families. The woman is from another family, you from another family, and you guys merge together and you want to form a family. I am telling you, it has a lot to do with you really sitting there and taking deep decisions. Like I told you guys last week, you will have to learn to understand that it's a decision. Okay, let me just bring a little bit backward, and let me go into French a little bit. So, comme je disais la semaine dernière, nous sommes en train de parler de comment choisir ton conjoint. C'est la deuxième partie de nos discussions. Et bienvenue à ceux qui parlent français. Nous sommes en train de parler de comment choisir son conjoint. Et aujourd'hui, je suis en train de parler de comment, 10 ans en arrière, quand j'ai fait ma soutenance, et j'ai parlé sur le divorce en milieu chrétien. Pourquoi? Et j'étais là dans le bureau de juge qui m'a accueilli ce jour-là pour pouvoir comprendre pourquoi les chrétiens s'étaient divorcés à l'époque. Et les gens rentraient, ils sortaient, ils rentraient, ils sortaient. Et à la fin de compte, j'ai fini par comprendre. J'ai parlé avec un jeune qui avait à peu près 30 ans à ce moment-là. Et il me disait plein de choses. Nous ne sommes pas compatibles. Cette dame-là, on m'a obligé à l'épouser. Elle n'aimait pas le type de femme que je voulais épouser, mais j'étais obligée parce que mes parents aussi m'ont poussé. Et toutes sortes de raisons. Et donc, je disais qu'en tant que coach, en tout cas de famille, quelqu'un qui voit dans la famille, j'ai même beaucoup d'accent sur la famille. Et donc, ça commence par quand tu te maries, parce qu'il faut savoir avec qui tu es en train de fonder ta vie. Parce que ton époux vient d'une autre famille, et toi aussi tu viens d'une autre famille. Le fait de venir ensemble, c'est un grand travail. Donc, il faut savoir comment vraiment choisir avec qui tu veux passer tout le reste de ta vie. C'est très important. Donc, c'est déjà de te parler. Si tu es là, partage la vidéo, dis à quelqu'un de venir pour que nous puissions discuter. Si tu as des questions, tu as les sujets que tu voudrais qu'on parle là-dessus, écris ça dans les commentaires qui sont en train de passer pour que nous puissions traiter cela. Bienvenue encore. So like I was telling you, it's very important. Family starts from when you want to get married. I know nowadays a lot of people do live together before they get married. A lot of people meet and they're already into a relationship. A lot of people already are having family before they get married. But all in all, you have to get married the proper way because the foundation is very important. And so choosing a life partner, like I said last week, you have to ask a lot of questions. Do not just get married because you want to get married. I said last week and I will say it again today. The reason why a lot of people find out that not being compatible is because they did not really take the time to see who they were getting married to. So you were asking, what is the story that you brought about? You're writing your thesis and what happened? And so at the end of the day, I found out a lot of these people that were these young pastors then that were getting divorced had gotten married into their word that they found themselves in before coming into the city, or maybe coming into a place where they saw life in a different way. And then they come to those places, they find out that they see girls, they see other women who have different lifestyle that they've been seeing before. And they kind of like, what? I sure maybe with it. But what they didn't understand is you can still make your wife or your husband to be the man or woman you want them to be if you work on them. It takes process, it takes work. Donc, je disais, j'ai fini par comprendre que la plupart des pasteurs qui ont divorcé à l'époque, il y a 10 ans en arrière, quand j'ai écrivé ma mémoire, C'est parce que ces pasteurs-là, ils se sont mariés dans les lieux où les yeux étaient encore fermés, ils ne voyaient pas la vie telle qu'était. Et du coup, le gars vient en vie, peut-être il vient dans un lieu où, en tout cas, il voit les jeunes filles qui sont, en tout cas, bien habillées, les jeunes filles qui se maquillent, les jeunes filles qui se font les cheveux bien. En tout cas, beaucoup de différentes choses qui ont des raisons pour lesquelles il dit, ah, cette dame-là, elle et moi ne sont pas compatibles, je ne vais pas l'épouser, je ne vais pas la garder comme épouse. Il faut que je prenne une femme qui a le look, en tout cas, qui est jolie, qui représente mon ministère. Donc, je vais la mettre au dehors. Mais ce qu'ils ne comprennent pas, tu peux transformer ta femme en la femme dont tu veux qu'elle soit, ou bien ton mari. Si tu veux qu'il porte une chemise qui va le rendre beau, paye le chemise. Si tu veux qu'il soit un homme qui va, une femme qui va, tu veux qu'elle soit une femme qui va avoir, en tout cas, les coiffures très jolies, ou bien quelqu'un qui va se maquiller, amène là où on peut, en tout cas, la montrer, toutes ces choses-là. C'est ceux qui sont déjà mariés. Mais si tu n'es pas encore marié et tu es prêt à faire tout ce travail-là, c'est la patience. Donc, il faut être patient. Et il faut parler tout cela. Comme je dis la semaine dernière, pose les 1500 questions. Très important. Ne sois pas honte. Parce que si tu ne fais pas tout cela, le temps arrivera où tu vas regretter. Parce que le mariage, c'est là où on fait le marche arrière. On va en avance. So like I was saying, if you are into the relationship already and you find out you guys are not maybe compatible because maybe the woman you wanted to get married to or the man you wanted to get married to is not the man that you've seen, then you have to do some work. But if you're not married yet, do the work now before going into that marriage. Let me make myself clear. Do not walk into the marriage and saying, oh, it's going to get better when I get there. Things will change when I get there. Or the man is going to get better when I get there. Or he's an alcoholic, he will get transformed when I get there. Or he abuses me, he will get better when I get there. Or he's very violent, he will get better when I get there. You were joking. He's not going to get any better. It takes the grace. If a man is already beating you and already abusing you, he is going to be the same person for years until maybe God can give a grace for you to be able to get transformed and changed. It takes a lot of work. So now that you're not married to that man yet, now that you guys are just sitting and just talking about dating and fun in the family, you better just ask all of the questions. Get to know who that man is. Get to know who he is. Do not rush into what you don't have to do. Don't look at, oh, I'm already 35 years old. And yeah, I agree. It's time to get married. But sometimes you have to make sure you set the record right. Somebody was asking me, do you have to date for 3, 4, 5 years? I said, no. You can date for 3 months. You can date for 6 months. But just make sure you do the right procedures and know the foundation in which you are doing and you can get married. Because it doesn't take you a year to know who somebody is. No, it does not. It can take you a day to see a real woman or real man and know that person is very serious. Number one, they care about who you are. When I mean they care about who you are, the visions you have in you. Even their own vision is gonna emerge with the vision that you have. Even if it's different things. You will say, for example, like what? Okay, I have a vision that in the next 10 years, I want to see myself have a family, have children, have an enterprise, and have this and have this. The person will be having almost the same focus. It might be different, but almost the same focus. And you will see that you guys have the same kind of way of thinking. Et comme je disais auparavant, ça ne prend pas 1 an ou 2 ans ou 5 ans pour savoir si c'est un homme ou bien une femme sera ton épouse. Ça ne prend pas. Tu peux avoir le fiançailles pendant 3 mois, 6 mois, 1 an. Mais il faut aller sur la base, en tout cas la base qui est claire. Il faut que le fondement soit bien fondé pour ne pas faire les erreurs. Parce que si tu ne fais pas attention, tu risques de sortir de ce mariage sans le savoir. Parce qu'il faut travailler là-dessus. Si tu n'es pas encore marié, et j'ai 35 ans, les temps sont en train de passer, qu'est-ce que je vais faire? Et sache que si tu as 35 ans et tu veux épouser un homme, ça ne te fait pas 5 ans pour le connaître ou 10 ans. Ça te prend un seul jour. Parce que quand tu vas le connaître, ses visions, les choses dont il réfléchit dans 5 ans, 10 ans, qu'est-ce qu'il veut devenir? Fonder une famille, avoir une entreprise, en tout cas aller en avance, il aime le Seigneur. En tout cas, tout cela va être la même chose dont tu penses. Ça peut avoir une différente manière de faire. Mais quand tu le vois, tu sais où il va. Même s'il n'a pas le grand diplôme que tu veux, mais il veut aller à l'école. Il veut travailler sur lui-même. En tout cas, ses désirs, c'est d'améliorer. C'est un homme. Il faut aller pour cela. Okay, so like I was saying, so the man or the woman is going to have the same mindset that you have. Let's assume maybe you met a girl, and this girl maybe just a high school graduate, and you want to get married to her. Maybe you already have a master's degree, but I'm telling you, you met this girl, and Her whole desire is, I want to go back to school. I want to make sure I earn my degree. I want to make sure I raise a godly family. I want to make sure my children will be raised the proper way. And she will start to tell you things that you yourself been dreaming about before. This is the person. There might be other things that you have to work on. I'm not saying it's not going to be that way. Maybe the person's appearance might not be very good. Maybe they're not the kind of muscular person, woman or man you want to get married to. Maybe she's not the kind of eloquent woman you want to get married to, or man. All of these things are processes that you can be able to work on. You can be able to work on those ones. And so, so if you are willing to be able to work on that marriage while you guys are dating at the time, it's time to work. Do not spend 1-2 years in a courtship and there's nothing happening. I am telling you, don't waste your time. Every day that you guys meet, you have to work on a project. So what do you think we're going to do? Like, okay, 2020 is going to an end. We have 6 more months left. What are your plans? What are your visions? What are we doing? Even though the world is shaking, but life is still going on. So what are we planning to do with our lives? Are we getting married? Are we going to make sure we work on this other project? Do not sit there and say, oh, no, things are not working, so we have to wait. Wait for what? Make sure you ask all of the questions every time that make or I won't come around you. What are you thinking about in the season? Okay, things are not really working right now. What are your plan B? And so you always make sure you ask all of those questions, because if you don't do them, you will get married and the less you'll be thinking about is to walk away because you guys are not compatible. Like I said earlier, marriage is 80% carnal and 20% spiritual. Even though the 20% means a whole lot, because that's the center of the marriage. That you guys have to both have where you can be able to run when you have confusion in your marriage. But that 80% is very important. The 80% includes your look. The 80% includes the way you speak, the way you carry yourself. The 80% includes your education, social level, the way you interact in society, your vision. All of those 80% include all of those. So that when the time will come, you will not say, oh, I chose the man or I chose that woman because they obliged me to. Like I was hearing 10 or plus years ago when I was sitting in that court. Oh yeah, the people, my family just pushed me into that marriage. I didn't want that girl, but they just pushed me into it. I didn't really like him. I didn't really like her, but they were like, okay, it's the man that is right for you. Do not allow her to say that to you. It's true. I might see maybe somebody who I feel is good for you. It might be the right thing. It might be that I'm saying the truth. But it has a process, it has a work to do, and you're going to do that work. Are you willing to do that work? Because I say you can say yes because you respect me, but you have to go and see and be able to assess for yourself if that's the right thing to do. Because let me tell you, your gut will tell you if that's right. Don't let your head carry you in there. Your gut must tell you. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be all alone. Nobody's going to be there to work for you. Donc, comme je le disais auparavant, donc le mariage est 80% charnel et 20% spirituel. Donc, le 80%, tu dois bien travailler là-dessus. Dis par exemple, le monsieur, son look ne te plaît pas. C'est dans le 80%. Travaille là-dessus. La manière dont il se comporte, tu ne l'aimes pas. Sa manière de parler, sa manière de se comporter. Elle s'habille bizarrement. Quand tu la vois, en tout cas, tu as honte d'elle. Bien vrai qu'elle a les qualités que toi, tu aimes. C'est vrai, quand tu es avec elle, tu as la paix. Tu sens qu'en tout cas, tu es la personne qu'il faut. En tout cas, elle sait comment vraiment pas te séduire. Le mot séduire, c'est trop ça. Elle sait comment en tout cas, te rendre heureuse. Et donc, tu as vraiment envie d'être avec elle. Mais quand tu regardes ses looks, quand tu regardes la manière dont elle se comporte, elle ne sait pas bien s'habiller. Quand tu lui parles de comment peut-être se maquiller, faire ses cheveux, elle ne s'intéresse pas. Donc, c'est là le travail doit être. Donc, si tu es prêt à te marier avec cette personne, parce que tu as déjà trouvé une qualité qui était déjà positive, donc tu veux commencer à baser le mariage dessus, travailler sur le reste des choses. Parce que c'est là. Il ne faut pas dire que je n'ai pas envie de la marier parce que c'est vrai que quand je suis avec elle, je me sens à l'aise, je me sens heureuse, mais je n'aime pas sa manière de s'habiller. Travaille là-dessus. C'est possible. Si tu sais déjà que vous êtes compatibles, en tout cas, au niveau de l'éducation, au niveau de vision et tout ça, c'est des petites choses. Il faut aller commencer à payer les habits pour elle, ma chérie, ou même mon cher. Il faut payer les chaussures. Commence à l'inviter pour aller, en tout cas, aller dans les festivals ou dans les soirées, dîner ou quelque chose comme ça. Et commence à la montrer ou bien le montrer comment s'habiller sans, en tout cas, blesser la personne. En lui disant que non, tu es trop vilain, tu ne sais pas t'habiller. En tout cas, en train de lui donner les injures. Non. En tout cas, faire cela avec beaucoup d'amour. Faire cela avec beaucoup de patience. Faire cela avec attention. Parce qu'il y a une manière de parler avec quelqu'un et la personne se sent comme la personne même. Et la personne me dit la vérité avec amour. Et il y a une autre manière de se sentir comme elle est en train de me dénigrer ou il est en train de me parler mal. Parce qu'il ne sait pas bien m'habiller. Oh, Elle sait même pas qu'elle mis les parfums sur elle. J'aime pas ces odeurs. Tu vas pas parler comme ça. Oh chérie, je t'ai offert un parfum pour ton anniversaire. J'aime les parfums. En tout cas, les différentes sortes de parfums. J'aime ça. Et tu lui offres ces parfums. Ou bien tu lui offres les parfums. Et ça dit tout déjà. Au lieu de commencer à lui parler mal pendant le fiançailles, ça brise et ça, en tout cas, ça frustre. Donc, il faut savoir comment le faire, de 80%. Donc, so like I was saying, the 80% of this kind of marriage, it deserves a lot of work. And so if you really want to go into that marriage with the person you met, you have to make sure you work on the person. Let's assume the person does not know how to dress. They don't even know how to carry themselves. You know, there are some women or men, when you meet them, they're so loud. You will be like, wow. When I spoke to this person on the phone, they were so nice. But then I meet them in person, they're too lousy. Okay, so that's where your 80% is work on them. Okay, they don't really look nice. They don't dress the way I want it. So work on that. That's a process. Even though when you're with a person, you feel good. When you are with them, you feel that that's the person you need to be with. Your gut tells you that. Because you guys, education-wise, you guys are the same level. And when it comes to raising kids, you got the same idea why you want to raise your kids. When it comes to the same vision, the same kind of mindset, the same kind of way you want things to be like, almost everything is the same, but the look is what is discouraging you. Like, oh, wow, how can I work on this thing? That's where you have to work on that 80%. So it's workable. Start inviting them to maybe a dinner. Oh, I wanted to go on a dinner, on a date, maybe in a week or two. And maybe you can say, okay, can I go with you and choose your shirt or choose your dress you want to wear? They will say, okay, I want to surprise you. Okay, you want to surprise me, but I would rather prefer it this way, and I would like it. Even though you surprise me, but let's do it. And when the person comes over, you don't really like the way the person is dressed, you can say in a very nice way, honey, I like your dress. You really took time to choose that dress. But I believe the next time, I will like it this way, because you guys are still in a dating process. So you can say really, there are ways you will say the person will not feel frustrated. And they will not feel that you try to kind of like make them shame or maybe frustrated, because these are things that happen just at the beginning of a relationship, and it goes all along in the marriage if you're not careful. I am telling you the truth. The way you talk to the person in the beginning of marriage, either they keep it and get married to you and they get frustrated all throughout, maybe for 10, 20 years and don't want to forgive, or maybe they forgive you and go with the marriage just like that. I'm telling you true story. The way you speak is very important to the person. If you want to get married to that person, really on your first date, on your second date, know how to speak to the person. Know how to carry your conversation without frustrating that person. It is very important, because there are some people who are very hard to forgive. They carry things that happened 20 years and they're still carrying it on. And they were like, you offended me the first day we met, we went to that dinner, how you spoke to me. And you like, girl, 20 years back, you still holding that? Oh, this man is something else. After 15, 20 years and you're still holding that against me, there are people like that. Donc, comme je disais, il faut savoir comment parler à la personne dont tu es en train de faire, en tout cas, marcher avec. Parce qu'il y a les mots que tu vas dire à quelqu'un et il ou elle va garder pendant 20 ans. Et vous êtes déjà marié il y a 20 ans et elle va venir un jour pour te dire, tu sais, le premier jour qu'on s'est rencontrés, peut-être il y a une petite discussion. Quand on s'est rencontrés il y a 20 ans, tu m'as parlé comme ça, et je n'ai même pas aimé. Et c'est ce que tu es en train de faire en 2020. Tu peux imaginer cela après 20 ans. Tu gardes encore des rancunes dans ton cœur. Il faut savoir comment vraiment parler à l'un et l'autre. Au premier jour, deuxième jour de votre, en tout cas de votre marche ou bien vos fiançailles. C'est très important. Même dans le mariage où vous êtes. Si tu es déjà marié et vous n'avez pas eu tout ce temps d'établir tous ces règles que nous sommes en train de parler, ou en tout cas tous ces des leçons que nous sommes en train de prendre actuellement, tu peux encore commencer. Mais commencer sur une nouvelle base. Comme je le disais la semaine dernière, prenez une vacance, sortez et vas-y, asseyez-vous, discutez. Nous avons déjà fait des enfants. On a déjà passé 20 ans ensemble. Mais voici, nous ne comprenons pas. Tous les jours, nous avons des petites discussions par-ci, par-là. Et on se tire à gauche, à droite. Et on ne sait pas pourquoi. Et aucune raison. Parce que monsieur a dit, excuse-moi, à un visage. Madame prend ça tellement mal. Ça devient une discussion. Et voici 1 ou 2, 3, 4 jours, vous ne vous parlez pas. Et les portes s'ouvrent à toutes sortes de choses. Avant de savoir, il y a une discussion qui va aller au-delà. Et du coup, il y a quelqu'un qui veut divorcer. Tu peux imaginer ça? Il y a les gens, j'ai entendu ça beaucoup de fois. On divorce parce qu'il m'a parlé mal. J'ai déjà entendu ça. Parler mal, tu vas divorcer. Ma chérie, même Jean-Paul aussi va te parler mal. Marie-Jean va te parler mal parce que la vie, la nature d'un homme, souvent, la personne ne sait pas si c'est que la manière dont il parle, ça frustre pas. Et tout cela commence au début de vos mariages. Donc, il faut s'asseoir pour parler. Qu'est-ce que je fais qui ne te plaît pas? Il n'y a pas le temps pour ça. Même si tu as 60 ans, il faut encore discuter. À 50 ans, 70 ans, il faut encore revenir à toi-même et savoir que nous pouvons toujours parler. Parce que c'est ça le mariage. Tous les jours, c'est un nouveau jour. Commence le mariage comme c'était hier. En tout cas, réfléchis quand vous vous êtes rencontrés. En tout cas, c'était amour parfait. Ah, ma chérie, mon cher, tu te rappelles, non? Ah, quand on cherchait les habits africains, on cherchait tous les habits européens pour aller au mariage. On était là, par-ci, par-là, on priait ensemble. On faisait tout. Où sont ce temps-là? Il faut retourner en arrière. Parce que c'est encore possible. Ce n'est pas le divorce qui va finir ça. Parce que même quand tu vas divorcer, tu as déjà 50 ans, 60 ans, 70 ans. Ok. Oh, je vais être heureuse. Je vais faire ceci. Je suis d'accord avec toi. Moi-même, je n'ai pas quand les gens sont stressés dans un mariage. Mais il faut travailler. Parce que le mariage là, tu ne connais même pas le monsieur. Il est élevé par une autre femme. Toi aussi, tu es élevé par une autre femme. Et vous êtes venus ensemble pour vous marier. Différents ethnies. Différents, en tout cas, comment je peux dire ça? Famille. Et vous êtes ensemble. Maintenant, vous vivez dans un pays où il y a une autre éducation. Il faut tout ça jongler ensemble. Le temps, il faut travailler. Ne te laisse pas, tu es couché là et tu dis, je veux que les choses viennent chez moi, en tout cas sur le plateau d'or, ça ne va pas venir. Tu vas aller d'homme à homme ou bien de femme à femme en train de chercher monsieur right. Il n'y en a pas. Tu vas te fâcher avec moi, mais il n'y en a pas. Tout, on travaille là-dessus. So like I was saying, maybe you guys have been married before and you guys live together and you guys, the marriage is already been married for the 20 years or maybe 25 years or 30 years and you see that things not still working. It's about time to get away. Somebody will say, I've already done all of that. I have gone away on vacation with my spouse and we have gone into the mountains. We have sat down and talked. It's not just about talking. It's about changing and starting all over and putting a new wine in our old wine, making it to be good. Waste the old wine away and put a new wine in there. It starts with being humble. It starts with trying to be meek. Learn how to be somebody who can love again. Try to see in another eye. Don't be too aggressive. Don't take everything too serious. You're angry about everything. Everything makes you to be offended. It's about time to be able to see where you just laugh about certain things. Just let it go. You guys go away and sit there and say, well, we're not going right. What am I doing that is not maybe making you happy? How can we make this marriage work again? It's not about divorcing. I'm not trying to criticize those who have divorced and walked away from their marriages. But I want you to be happy. Yes. Some of them will say, "Oh, I want to be happy. I don't want any drama." But what you don't understand, as I was saying earlier, you guys are from both different families and different upbringings and different lifestyle. And you find yourself maybe in a country where the education is very different. Girl, God, it's time to work. Because let me tell you something. Marriage is not. There's no perfect marriage. And there's no Mr. or Mrs. Right. Don't get me wrong, there's not. Watch my lips, there's no Mr. Right. Because the Mr. Right you've seen, that you're trying to so much fall in love with, he already has somebody else. And you don't even know the reason why he's Mr. Right. And you want to go and discover, because before you find out, you will start getting frustrated. And then later you want to leave maybe your spouse for that girl you want to go get married to. Oh yeah, you see her, she's so active, she's looking good. And oh, you see her, she's so eloquent. She's the woman you want to be with. Somebody work on her. Somebody did that job. And do you know why they walk away? Something is wrong that you want to discover. Work on what you got in your house already. Perfect what you got in your house already. Make her to be the woman you want her to become. Tell her what you don't like about her, but in a very nice way. Don't be too... Tell her, oh, honey, we have to work on this part of your life. I want to see you speak in a different way. I want you to carry yourself in a different way and start to train that person the way you wanted them to become. Because let me tell you something, no marriage is so perfect. Everybody come together and work on our marriage and make it good. People you see being married for 50 years, for 30 years, for 25 years, they work. They never slept. Oh, there were times they were frustrated, yes. There were times they felt it was time to walk away. There were times they felt, I don't just want to be here anymore. There were times they said, even because of my kids, I will walk away. But let me tell you, when they think about how they want to be able to build themselves up, not only because they want to be selfish about themselves, because let me tell you, it's true, happiness starts from within. But do you want to make somebody else happy? It starts from your marriage. Do you want to be a blessing? It starts from your marriage, because that's your first ministry. And so I want you to understand that you have a job to do. The marriage you want to see perfect starts from your house. You are married a couple next door, you've been married for 25, 30 years, and the marriage is so nice. And you see them walking here and here every morning with their kids all grown up. Girl, they took a lot of years of frustration, sleepless night. There were times they felt they would walk away. It was never all rose. Go ask them questions. They'll tell you, girl, it was a work. But here we are right now. We're not even done yet, but it's working. So if you want to see testimony, then get to work. But if you don't want it, maybe you want to get away. Either you're going to stay single, because if you go and get married to Mr. Brown has his own issue. If you want to go get married to that lady who is next door, who been divorced for 25, 30 years, and you feel she's the right person. Some people do say, oh, I found my happiness when I got married for the second time. Good for you. Like I always tell people, that nice. I prefer to stay single. You know, yeah. Stay single and then resist drama. But as long as you want to get married, you have to learn to go into that marriage with the mindset that I will be happy, but I'm going to give somebody happiness too. I'm going to make sure I have to create an atmosphere where people will have to find themselves in what I'm going to give them. It's not all about me. Don't be selfish. Marriage is about giving. It's not about taking all of the time. It's about giving what you already have inside of you. So be prepared to give. And be prepared to be able to leave a space for disappointment. A lot of people ask me, why do I say that? When I wrote my book, I'll be publishing it anyway very soon. I say in that book, leave a space for disappointment. And they were like, why would you say that? A man is not perfect. Neither a woman is perfect. So let me tell you, when I mean perfect, I'm not talking about going to commit adultery or maybe fornication or whatever. No. Don't see it in that way. So maybe you guys are married or maybe you guys are dating. You guys went out on a date. And then the person did not hold the chair to let you sit down. And you're like, oh, wow, I wish I had a man who can hold my chair for me. Okay, so he made a mistake. All you have to let him know is to make sure that next time, oh, honey, I like to see men hold my chair and let me sit down. He didn't offer me a bucket of flour the first day of our date. Okay, let him know. Don't just say, oh, I don't like him because he's not. The next day you call him, I don't want that date anymore. So a lot of women do that and they make a lot of mistakes. Donc, comme je disais auparavant, les Français, parce que je ne vous ai pas oublié, hein, je suis en train de venir. Comme il y a tellement parlé, mais la conclusion est que si tu veux te marier, ou bien tu es déjà marié, comme je disais auparavant, il n'y a pas un mariage parfait. Il n'y a pas monsieur droit, ou bien monsieur juste, ou monsieur right. Il n'y en a pas, ou bien une dame qui est juste. Le mariage, c'est un travail. Et si tu n'es pas prêt à travailler, comme je dis aux gens, il faut rester célibataire. C'est simple. Reste, parce que là, il n'y a pas de drame. Tu es seul, tu vis seul. En tout cas, tu n'as pas quelqu'un pour te poser question le matin. Pourquoi tu as dormi à 20h? Pourquoi tu fais comme tu es trop fatigué? Personne ne va te poser toutes ces questions-là. Parce que tu es célibataire. Mais si tu veux te marier, le mariage, tu dois travailler là-dessus. Comprends aujourd'hui. Et lis mes lèvres. Le mariage, c'est un travail. C'est comme tu travailles dans une entreprise. C'est une autre entreprise ici, là. Le mariage, c'est une autre entreprise. Donc, il faut être prêt à travailler sur ce mariage pour que ça réussisse. Ou bien, il faut rester célibataire. Il ne dit pas que, ou bien ma première fois quand on est sortis ensemble, il ne m'a pas payé un bouquet de fleurs, ou bien tirer ma chef que c'est ma sœur, ou bien ouvrir les portes de voiture pour moi que je rentre dans la voiture, donc je ne l'aime pas. Tu n'es pas encore prêt à te marier. L'homme n'est pas un homme parfait ou bien une femme parfaite. Tout c'est un travail. Je ne parle pas d'aller commettre les douteurs ou bien les fornications, ou bien en tout cas faire des choses qui ne parlent, en tout cas pas bien. Je suis en train de parler d'un mariage où tu travailles sur peut-être le comportement de la personne, la manière dont la personne parle, la manière dont il s'habille, les différentes choses que tu peux travailler là-dessus en tant qu'humain. Parce que c'est possible. C'est pourquoi Dieu vous met ensemble en tant que couple, pour que vous puissiez travailler. Après 30 ans, vous allez sortir, vous dire que wow, vous allez montrer une photo de où vous avez commencé, vous êtes actuellement. Peut-être tu as mis le mariage de ton voisin, où ils ont marié depuis 30 ans, oh c'est tellement beau, ils ont les jolis enfants, en tout cas les grands enfants, tout va bien pour eux, les enfants ont réussi. Ma chérie, ils ont travaillé beaucoup. Hein. Si tu demandes à la dame, là, 30 ans de mariage, quand elle va te faire la liste, ah là, tu vas dire, oh, c'est ça le mariage, oui. 30 ans de mariage, il y a eu les hauts et les bas. Il y a eu les moments de tristesse, il y a eu les moments où tu vas dormir la nuit. Mais tout cela, elle a pu supporter. Et voici aujourd'hui, en tout cas, elle a les fruits qui sont déjà, en tout cas, visibles. Donc, si tu veux ce mariage-là, il faut travailler. Donc, je vais conclure parce que le temps est déjà passé, il est déjà 30 minutes passées. Donc, en tout cas, en conclusion, si tu n'es pas encore marié, avant de trouver ton conjoint, assois-toi. Il faut penser d'abord à toi. Est-ce que je suis une femme ou bien un homme qui est prêt à se marier? Toi d'abord. Est-ce que j'ai toutes les qualités dont un homme ou bien une femme veut avoir dans leur foyer? Est-ce que j'ai le niveau d'éducation? Est-ce que j'ai déjà assez de moyens? Est-ce que je suis déjà prêt à pouvoir supporter quelqu'un d'autre que je ne connais pas d'une autre nationalité ou ethnie pour vivre ensemble avec la personne sur même toit? Est-ce que je suis prêt à savoir vivre avec quelqu'un qu'on se lève chaque matin avec différents visages? Est-ce que je suis... Quand tu poses toutes ces questions à toi-même et tu réponds, tu es prêt à te marier. Vas-y. Et maintenant, quand tu vas poser des questions là, ce sera facile pour toi à savoir, en tout cas, répondre à la personne qui vient vers toi parce que tu as déjà répondu à toutes ces questions là. Et donc, il faut te poser les questions toi-même. Assieds-toi, assois-toi, écris. Oh Nora, tu veux te marier, pourquoi? Est-ce que les personnes est-ce que tu es prêt à être une épouse? Est-ce que tu es prêt à supporter certaines choses de la part de ton conjoint? Quand tu vas poser toutes ces questions-là et tu réponds là, tu es prêt. Félicitations, en tout cas, heureux mariage. Mais si tu n'as pas encore posé ces questions et tu n'as pas encore répondu à ces questions, il faut encore travailler parce que le fondement de toute chose, c'est très important. Et le mariage, c'est là la vie commence. Le mariage est l'une des institutions qui est très, très difficile. On n'est jamais diplômé, on ne finit jamais à apprendre jusqu'à ce que la mort vous sépare ou bien tu quittes ou bien tu divorces. C'est ça. Parce que tous les jours, tu apprends de nouvelles choses et tu deviens solide. Et c'est là que les gens te disent maintenant, oh la vieille mère, ou la dame là, elle est mariée depuis 40 ans, hein. Tu as supporté. Tu as appris à passer les tests. C'est vrai que tu n'as pas eu de diplôme, mais tu as passé les tests quand même. Là, tu es prêt. Donc, je t'encourage, si tu es ou bien tu es déjà marié, tu penses à sortir de ton mariage, ou je ne suis pas heureuse, je n'aime pas, le monsieur ne m'écoute pas, il ne peut pas ceci. Regarde le fondement. Il faut retourner en arrière. Qu'est-ce qui n'a pas marché? Assois-toi. Tu commences à voir quelles sont les fautes que toi-même tu as dans le mariage qui fait en sorte que le monsieur ou bien la dame attend de partir. Et essaye de voir si tu peux encore te réconcilier. C'est toujours possible. Le divorce n'est pas une option. Pour moi, et j'ai des raisons pourquoi. Et on va parler de ça un autre jour. Le divorce n'est pas l'option. Parce que quand tu vas sortir, tu vas encore entendre d'autres choses qui vont te dire, tu vas commencer à regretter. Je disais à quelqu'un, celui qui se divorce est comme quelqu'un qui a perdu quelqu'un. La personne me dit, je suis désolée, c'est pas vrai. Mais c'est ça. Après avoir passé 30 ans avec quelqu'un, 25 ans, 40 ans, et tu vas sortir et tu vas aller fonder encore la vie ailleurs. Même si tu n'as pas envie d'admettre, mais quand même, il y a les jours que tu vas regretter parce que tu as perdu trop de temps, les 40 ans que tu as perdu là. Tu pourrais bien faire autre chose. Et tu vas encore avoir les douleurs dans ton cœur. Et donc, choisis bien ton conjoint. Et like I was saying earlier on, marriage, there's no perfect marriage. I want you to understand that marriage has a lot of work to do. You have to make sure if you want to get married, ask yourself all of the questions that you want somebody to be able to answer when they get married to you. Am I ready to get married? Do I have the qualities that I have in me for a man or woman to see me and say they want to get married to me? Do I really look presentable? Am I that godly woman? Am I ready to make sure I'll be able to go through some worse and better and worse in my marriage? Am I ready to be able to be a woman who will want to see her marriage grow and her family looking good? Am I a man who's willing to make sure I respect and honor my wife? Am I a man who's willing to make my wife feel that she's the queen all over the place? Am I a man who's willing to give my wife flowers and make her feel happy and talk to her in a nice way and make sure every time I see her she's smiling? Let me tell you something. Some men know how to frustrate you that you know how to smile when you're with them. Sometimes they will just talk to you some kind of way you feel like, but what did I do to deserve this? But are you willing to be that man who will bring smile to your wife? And the same thing, vice versa. Are you willing to be a woman wife when your husband, when your spouse come home, he feels like he's home and he's happy to be home? Are you willing to be that person who is going to bring happiness into the society? Are you ready to raise children who will be children who will impact their community, children who will have good reputation, good conduct? Are you willing to be that wife? If you can answer all of these questions, are you willing to work to make sure your marriage is one of the best? Are you gonna say I'm gonna walk away because I don't want to? Or maybe you've been married for 30 years, 40 years, 45 years, 25 years, and you feel like I don't think it's working. And you want to walk away? Think, what have I done wrong that is not like my spouse is not enjoying that he want to go out there or that he want to get divorced with me? What am I doing wrong? What can I do to make this marriage work again? Maybe you say, I have tried all I can. I have prayed. I have sown seed. I have gone to counselors. I have done all I can. It just take one little voice. Go back again. Like I told you, I'm writing a book. Divorce is not an option. For me, it's not. You'll be telling, why would you say that? It's an option. He's too violent. He's too this. Yes. It's another topic. Maybe in the next couple of months we want to talk about that. But I'm telling you, for me, it's not an option. I have the reasons why. And I always tell, if you don't want to get married, it's not a sin. Don't get married. Stay single. Because then you don't have anybody telling you how to wake up in the morning. You don't have anybody telling you how to do breakfast. You don't have anybody telling you how to fix the furniture. You don't have anybody telling you nothing. But as long as you are married, get ready to hear all of these things, because that's where life is. You guys share the same space. Even if it was a roommate, there are times you guys will just knock heads. You guys maybe are sharing the same apartment. You have the same living room. Your roommate might not even like the way you put the remote control on the table. Maybe even they might not like it, and they will make a remark. It's the same way marriage is. The only difference is you guys have a vow together. You guys are more intimate. So it was more than a roommate. So be ready to make sure you live for a lot of things, and don't be too serious. I always tell people, don't take everything for oh, I don't like the way she talked to me. I don't like the way he talked to me. You are being too rude right now. You are being too this, that. You're being too serious. Sometimes just laugh about everything and make life simple. Life is about being happy and make life simple. Don't make life too hard for yourself. Be somebody who can joke. Be somebody who can take some things just like that. It's not because you're stupid. No. Sorry for the word. It's not because you don't know what you're thinking. But I'm telling you, marriage is even more simpler than everybody can even think. It's very simple. When you make it simple for yourself, create your happiness in your own world. Be a happy person. Then you can give happiness to other people. So, like I was saying, if you ask all of those questions, if you are still single, and you ask all of it, am I ready to be a married woman? Am I ready to be somebody who can be able to endure? Am I ready to live the better for worse? Am I ready to be able to give? Am I ready to be able to do? If you ask all of these questions and you say yes, congratulations. You're ready to get married. Or maybe you've been married and marriage is still shaking, it's not working. And you sit down and ask yourself, what have I done wrong? Don't ever feel your spouse is too wrong. You don't have anything to do with it. It's a lie. I always tell people, do not always feel that your spouse was so wrong. He or she was the one who caused all of the trouble and everything. You just blaming everything. If you sit with those two people and ask them questions, everybody has their own point of view, different ways. Everybody. The man's either going to say she didn't respect me either. She never respected me. She didn't trust me. She didn't do this. And the woman will be that I was emotionally abused. He always felt I was the maid for the house. I was always the one who was just cleaning everywhere. I was doing this, doing that. Everybody will have their own reasons. But can we sit and then talk like they're mature people, and talk like people who know where they're going to? And at the end of the day, you're going to have a very good marriage because you're willing to communicate and talk and start on a new foundation, on a new principles. It's possible. So it has always been a pleasure being with you guys. You know, I love to talk about this day. You know, as a family life coach, all I want to do is to talk about family. And on Sundays, this is where I express myself and on this platform. If you have a question, do not hesitate. Call us. And send us an email. Visit our website. We have a lot of stuff going on there. If you are a woman, maybe you are being abused, or maybe you are being molested or violated or raped, go on our website. There are things that you have on there that will empower you and educate you, because this is what we stand for. We want to see women who will go past their pain and be able to embrace the life that they have. Do you know a lot of reasons why a lot of women were divorced? Maybe they were being violated in the past, and maybe as a young girl, they were maybe raped, or maybe they were being abused, and they still have that mindset, and so they get married. Even when their spouse just tell them good morning, and the good morning was kind of one way, they're willing to walk away because they haven't forgiven themselves yet. They haven't forgotten. And so visit our website. It's womenofvalue.net. Our email is nora@womenofvalue.net. And why not? We have all of these social media platforms on Instagram, on Facebook. Visit us and see all of the encouraging words that we have every day to build you up. Thank you once more for tuning in. See you on Tuesday, May Day. Wow, we're going to be praying. And that's what I like. Prayer. Prayer answers everything. It moves mountains. You will say, I have prayed enough in my marriage, but nothing seems working. Keep praying. You have to just keep praying until you see the answers come to pass. But believe and have faith that it's going to work. And so join us on Tuesday, May Day, on Friday, 12 a.m. in the morning. We want to see you on there. God is doing a lot of stuff in this 21st century. 2020 is still the best year ever in your marriage, in your children's life. But make sure you are somebody who is willing to change yourself first before changing your partner. Because let me tell you something, change begins with you. The change you want to see starts with you. Donc, comme je le disais auparavant, en tout cas, merci en tout cas d'être venu. Visite tous nos sites web, toutes nos plateformes que nous avons sur les réseaux sociaux. Nous sommes heureux de parler avec vous chaque dimanche. Pour moi, c'est une joie. Quand je m'assieds ici, je parle en tout cas de la famille, de mariage. Ça me donne la joie parce que je vais voir en tout cas les femmes qui sont, en tout cas, libres et qui peuvent se marier sans avoir ces douleurs-là. Tu sais, si tu as été abusé, tu étais une femme qui a été violée, mais peut-être molestée, et tu as vécu toutes sortes de choses pendant que tu étais une jeune fille, et tu ne t'es pas encore, en tout cas, pardonné ou bien oublié ton passé, mariage sera difficile pour toi. Mais si tu veux être guéri, tu veux savoir comment marcher, n'hésitez pas, écrivez-nous sur tous nos réseaux sociaux, sur le Facebook, en tout cas Instagram, nous sommes là. Cherchez-nous, en tout cas sur nos sites web. Et nous sommes là pour vous répondre. Merci d'être venu. Passez une très bonne semaine. Sache que en tout cas, tu as la victoire déjà. Et ton mariage peut aussi. Et tu peux être une très bonne époux ou épouse. Et c'est possible. Parce que le changement que tu veux voir commence par toi. Passe une bonne week-end. Une bonne semaine. Like I was saying, the change you want to see starts with you. So start working on you and start pointing fingers. Have a pretty good week. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Tuesday again. I want you to understand that we have a lot to do together. Friday, 12 a.m. in the morning. I am so super excited. It was a pleasure. My name is Nora, your coach. And I will be here again on next week, Sunday. If you have a topic you want us to tweet, just leave it in the comment. I want us to discuss about this topic. And we'll be very happy to be able to talk about that topic. If you have a suggestion, write it in our comment box, and we'll be happy enough to discuss all of those topics. We are here together, and this is our platform. So thank you again for tuning in. It's such a pleasure, and I am always happy to be on here. Have a pleasant new week, and remember that this is your week, and this is your year. Your marriage can still work, and the change starts with you. Have a great week.